Hi and welcome to another video. This time I will be having a look at this Alcatel phone. It's an Alcatel Shine Lite from what I know. The back panel is cracked and also up here on the top it is cracked with some that go across the screen. And also here is what the display looks like. So we will have to replace this. And also when you turn it on it gives some other colors. So yeah, let's unplug it and we'll have to remove the back glass. And I'll try to remove this in one piece and pay attention to the fingerprint sensor that it's right here. So for that I will start my hot air station, get my tools, my plastic cards and start the process. Alright, so now that the back panel has been removed in one piece, I mean it was already broken but I kept it in one piece, and the fingerprint sensor was disconnected. Fortunately this has a really long cable, which is quite a good thing. Now we have to remove all of these screws around the perimeter of the phone, and for that I will use a small Phillips head screwdriver, the one in form of the plus. Here it's the model, if it will focus. So it's this way, it's a PH00 in my case. So I will take the screws out and put them here in these rows to keep them organized, even though it doesn't matter because it's not an iPhone, all of the screws are the same size. Alright, so after removing a total of 15 screws, let's not forget to take out the SIM tray, for which I have a SIM card, a SIM key, or how do you call it. So I will turn the phone. I don't think I can turn it off. It doesn't seem to work. Or at least we know we have sound, which is a good thing. If it turns off, I hope. If not, no problem. We'll take the plastic covers off and then disconnect the battery. So I have already seen that this is starting to pop out from down here. So after this thing shuts down eventually, I will start from here, removing the whole piece. Oh yeah, here are other colors. And I think it's finally off. Or not. Yeah, I think now it's on, because you can hear the locking screen. Doesn't matter. Let's remove the plastic and then disconnect the battery. Alright, so there was this little annoying piece of adhesive that was stuck in place, and I have disconnected the battery. Now let's remove it. Let's see how the adhesive holds. Oh wow, there is almost none. I'm shocked because I have worked on some Samsung phones and there was a lot of adhesive. Oh, there was some, but it failed to do its job. Nice. So you can clearly see the adhesive strips on the top, and now they are peeling off. So I guess they did the job for a while, but now they are useless. So the battery is out. Let's see, it's from 2017. Yeah, so I guess the adhesive has expired or something. Now let's satisfyingly remove this adhesive. Or maybe this way. I think it's a similar adhesive to the one used in iPhones, but what do I know? I never worked on an iPhone. And I suppose from what I have seen on YouTube, the ones from iPhones are really hard to remove. This was quite easy. Yeah, so I have to throw this away. Now I think that the next step would be taking out the motherboard and disconnecting the cables, and I suppose this one here is for the display as it goes down here. So yeah, we have to disconnect it. And let's peel it back a little bit, and yeah, it goes right on the display. And underneath here should be something else, and I don't think I need to check. So I think I can start removing the display without removing the motherboard, because a little bit of heat won't hurt. Also, there is a big patch of adhesive here that was keeping the plastic on. Alright, so let's again heat up, start from one corner and work our way around. And you can now clearly see the cracks on the screen and the reason for why it is broken. Yeah, so let me clean a little bit and then we'll remove the display. Alright, so now that I have removed the display in mostly one piece, I'll have to clean the adhesive and order the new parts. So I hope I can find the new display and possibly a new back glass, as this one is broken. So I will see what I can find and place an order, and I think it will be a couple of days because now it's Friday and in the weekend I think nobody will work. So in the meantime I will do all of the cleaning of camera, because you know, who wants to see me clean adhesive? It's not as interesting as removing the screen. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next. Alright, so the package has arrived. Let's open it up. And if you are asking why it takes so long to put out these videos, you have to remember that in the last cutscene before this it was Friday, now it is the next Wednesday. Alright, so lots of packing. Sorry, let's see. some more packing. And here we should have the back glass and a new display. So here we have the display and the back glass. I only found it on white, and I think there was some black, but it was more expensive. So let's see, does it look the same? And yes, it does. Alright, I'll put it back here, and I will assemble the display enough so I can test it, and I will show you guys the result. Alright, so as you can see, it is working even on the touchscreen. And the phone has been resetted before I started the repair, and I hope that there is no previous Google account on this, because elsewhere I have probably small chances of unlocking this without paying someone else to do it. But we'll see. I will try setting it up now, see if it has a Google account. So unfortunately it is asking to sign with a Google account that was previously synced on this device. So at this point what I could do is finish the repair and focus on the unlocking part afterwards. And also I think I didn't set the cable correctly underneath the battery, because the screen sits lifted here. So I'll have to see what I can do about it. Alright, so I'm ready to put the new display. I have put this sticker back here and also transferred the mesh grill up top. Now I will use my B7000 adhesive and some rubber bands to fix the display in place. So I will do that off camera, because I have done it previously and I think it's useless to see me put some adhesive. Alright, so the gluing process is done. I have put a lot of rubber bands here in order to keep it in place. As you can see, it sits perfectly. And now I will have it face down and apply some weight on top of it and leave it until later, or maybe even tomorrow. Alright, so it is now the next day and the adhesive has dried. Let's undo all of the elastics. And everything seems to be fine. It seems to have glued really nicely. And now I will put the battery to test it, then glue the battery in place. And if you remember, the old adhesive wasn't doing its job properly. I have to remove it, and I will replace it with this double-sided adhesive tape. And in case you are wondering, it's pretty thin, like 1 millimeter or something. So this is a really huge roll. Yeah, so I'll glue the battery in place, maybe charge the phone a little bit as it was on red last time, which is 15% or something, then put the plastic back, the screws, and I'll be back to put the back glass. Right, so I have finished putting everything back, except the back glass, and in case you're wondering, everything still works fine. So it will still ask for a Google account, but let's see what happens if we plug it to charge. So it appears to be charging. So I'm gonna leave it to charge for a while, and then I will be back for the back glass. Okay, so now I have to remove the fingerprint sensor and the flash lens from here. So this piece and this piece, in order to put them on the new glass, which doesn't have any. So I will apply some hot air to heat around and then try and separate them. Okay, so I have put the fingerprint sensor and the flash thing cover, and when I took the flash out of the old glass it had this ring around it, but the new glass came already with this ring, so I had to remove the old one. And the phone has been charging until now. It is fully charged, so I have unplugged it. I will turn it off and glue the glass back. As I did for the display, I will use some P7000 adhesive around the edges, and maybe here at the top put some double-sided adhesive tape. Or yeah, I will put a little just in case. Then back to the elastics and wait until tomorrow. So I will show you before after I put the elastics on the phone. Alright, so I have glued the back. It sits perfectly. It aligns perfect. I have connected also the fingerprint sensor. And now I will let it sit again until tomorrow for the glue under the back cover to dry. And then it's the final review of the phone. Alright, so it is now the next day and I can say that the repair is complete. I will power the phone on, and meanwhile I will remove the elastics. And we have the sound. So as you can see, the back is in place with the fingerprint sensor and the lens for the flash. It sits perfectly, and also the screen is in good shape. Let's add back the SIM card tray. And all we have to do is to remove the plastic film. And we are done. Also, this plastic film left a lot of adhesive behind, which I will have to clean. But mainly we are done. And if you want to see how I take the Google account out, you'll have to stay tuned for the next video. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you enjoy, and see you next time.